Because you have 850 stocks that are advancing. Nimesh joins us to help us out with what he's picking up. Nimesh, if someone told us early this morning that you'll have some green on the screen and the breadth of the market wouldn't be so bad, I think you'll take it. What are you picking up in terms of flows?
Absolutely, Nigel. Clearly a matured reaction from the Indian equities, and the way we sell off yesterday, I think we preempted a large part of that US move. Fact that US was down so much and still we are in the green, that shows the kind of maturity of the pullback we're seeing for the Indian markets. And again, from a flow perspective, the feedback is there is not big flow on either side, which means not a big selling, not a big buying as well. So we saw yesterday the first signs of a bit of FI selling, tapering off a bit, and that seems to be the day. That seems to be the case today as well. So that's a flow perspective. But again, I guess today's fall is largely led by financial. If there was no big accident, like an IndusInd Bank would have been pretty much in the green throughout the day. However, in IndusInd Bank, the feedback is there is very aggressive selling from domestic mutual funds. So the sell flow from the domestic side could be largely attributed to IndusInd Bank. So the post-market data on the delivery-based selling in IndusInd could be quite interesting to watch out for. On the other side, there is a bit of buying as well, is what I understand, at lower levels from larger HNIs in IndusInd Bank in today's state. So that's been the big talking point and the big stock in today's market. The other sector which has done well today is the Mumbai-based real estate names. All have seen a bit of a pullback rally, a kind of a relief rally, so to speak. I guess the street was a bit nervous ahead of the Maharashtra budget, and the fact there is no negative surprise. You've seen a bit of a short-coming rally or a relief rally in the real estate, in the Mumbai-based real estate names today. Technically, 21,800 is a level to watch on the downside. But Nigel, the feedback is, at least in the very near term, watch out for in the US market. Don't look at the US equities, but look at the US bonds and yield. That's going to be a big trigger and a cue for Indian markets, at least in the very near term. So that's the feedback. But broadly, no large participation is what I understand, barring IndusInd Bank, from large institutions today.
Yeah, those yields, obviously, Nimesh, they have been moving down. Actually, I was looking at rates just a while back. The US 10-year is still below 4.2% risk aversion, right? So that's why everybody went running into bonds overnight. So let's see how that plays out. But what about individual stocks? Of course, IndusInd has hogged all the limelight today. But what are the other stocks on the radar for you?
Sure. So in terms of individual names, the first stock is Kolte Patil. A big move in that name, and the volumes are also surprisingly on the higher side. I guess a bit of excitement ahead of the board meet, which is scheduled for March 13th. What I understand, a leading global private equity investor can potentially invest into the company, and which may trigger an open offer as well. So watch out for Kolte Patil on the board meet on 13th for fundraising. So that's the first stock. Second name is Shriram Finance. Within the financial names, especially the NBFC names, this is one stock which is very aggressively bid by larger institutions today. So expect high delivery volumes, and the recovery what we have seen intraday is largely backed by very large FI buying. So that's the second stock. The third stock is Sagility. Again, the stock has underperformed in the recent past, but even at these levels, while stock has marginally recovered today, there is consistent selling in Sagility from a very large US-based fund. That's the overall feedback from a flow perspective. And the last is a couple of stocks where there is delivery-based buying today. HDFC Life, after a long time, some bit of buying seems to have emerged in HDFC Life at these levels. And Macrotech, though it's part of the pullback rally, but in Macrotech there is genuine buying as well, is what I understand from larger institutions. So both HDFC Life and Macrotech are buzzing on the back of very strong buy flows.
Take that point, Nimesh.